Hey guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And I'm Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and I have the honor of being the president of this outstanding organization. And we have a really fun guest on today, someone I've heard about but have not met till today, and I'm excited to learn more about the history and kind of why she's doing what she's doing.
Always. Well, Jamie, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
We appreciate having you. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Jamie O'Connell. I am running for Sparks City Council Ward 2, so I'm excited to be here.
Ward 2. Love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with our audience what you stand for and why you're here. So, but before we start into that, we're going to go into our sponsorship segment. Our first sponsor is Spherian.
You said it wrong? I think you said it wrong.
No, I said it right, actually.
Oh.
Spherian is correct. Spherion is incorrect.
And thank you, Brian, for renewing for the second year. It really does make a difference for Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and all the people that we support.
Even though I said the name wrong.
Yes, even though you said the name wrong.
I know, for a year.
I wonder why he watches it. I think he just laughs at us. He's like, this is so much fun.
He's like, why am I sponsoring this podcast? This is crazy. He's the VP over there. He's a great guy. But Spherian, as the local experts in recruitment, Spherian understands the unique needs of the Northern Nevada job market. They connect qualified candidates with the leading companies in this area, ensuring the right fit every time. Whether you need administrative support or light industrial staff or professional hire, Spherian takes the stress
I always say
out of staffing.
I love it how you can just text I need a job and then they can start hooking you up.
And you can text them, Chaz.
Yes, you can.
Do you need a job?
I need to create more.
Because if you need a job,
I don't need any more jobs.
text 775-829-8367. Yeah? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't see your phone out, so.
I don't need a job. You might if you keep making fun of me.
Whoa! There we go.
Just kidding. Love
Shout out to Relentless Business Mastery, who is our second sponsor of the night. They are a Reno-based digital marketing agency specializing in services such as local SEO, web development, pay-per-click advertising, social media management, and business consulting. They focus on helping small businesses and entrepreneurs in the Reno-Sparks area enhance their online presence and attract more customers. The agency is led by Jason Messick.
Such a great guy.
And he's pretty fun. And he supports Good Shepherd.
I know.
I like that.
I think we're going to get him on the board. Or he's interested in the board.
I got to pray for him a lot if he wants that. We'll see. He needs some prayer.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Jason. I know you watch the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm just messing with you. So, Jamie.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of why you wanted to run for Ward 2?
Oh man, the history. Well, there's not a lot behind it.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's more than you think.
So I filed as soon as they opened back in March. I've never done this in my life.
Oh.
But concept behind it is how hard can it be to make the place that we live a little bit better than, what it was before. That's always the goal. We are raising our kids here. Our families both are massive and live in the same area, and friends, everybody that we know, and it's just grown really big, really fast, and we want to make sure that we just do our best to make a community out of it.
So you're saying you have family in the area, that's right?
Yeah.
How much family?
Between my husband and my family, there's probably 150 of us.
Wow.
Whoa, that's a lot of Sparksites.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are they all in Sparks?
A vast majority of them, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, a couple here and there in Reno, maybe Spanish Springs, but for the most part.
Spanish Springs is still Sparks?
Yes.
They both Sparks.
Yes.
There had to be something, though, that made you go down there and apply right when you could that day. I mean, there's got to be something more specific.
I think that it sounds silly, but the biggest like instigator for me was to have a voice for kids and community and public safety.
Yeah.
My husband is a first responder. I want to make sure that people that take care of us are taken care of. And then in regards to kids, my 16-year-old started, well, now 17, started driving. And that terrified me.
That's scary.
Yeah. And so between the traffic and the lack of due diligence on, actually driving correctly, running red lights, I want to make sure that him and everybody else out there is okay and safe. And so I think that was a driving force, is to just make things safer for everybody, because it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. And our first responders families sacrifice so much. I mean, they really do. And being a law enforcement wife or spouse, really you hear and see a lot that the general public does not. And the battle doesn't just go on while they're on shift. It follows them home.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing, is to just remember that they're people too.
Yep.
And that they don't get the time to process the way that other people get to process. And so they're short-staffed and overworked just the same as the rest of us, except their jobs are super high stress, taking care of everybody else. And I think that it's really important that we make sure that they're taken care of, because if they're not, then they're not going to be able to help us.
Yeah, they can't be the best selves for the community either.
Exactly.
I mean, it's really critical. So.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. So the next thing I want to ask you is what really inspired you? What made that spark happen to do what you want to do for the city of Sparks?
I just asked that.
You have more? I know more stories. That's why I'm asking. There's more things you've told me. You don't have to talk about it.
It's like a trickle effect, right?
Okay.
I think that everything is interconnected. I think that, we talk about traffic, we talk about public safety, we talk about schools, even though City of Sparks doesn't have anything to do with schools, and development. All of those things go hand in hand. If there's too much development, not enough roads, then we run into traffic. If we have traffic, we have road rage. If we have road rage, we have accidents. First responders need to get there and help people. And
Sure, Pyramid is crazy.
yeah.
Right?
And then Pyramid, where I live, actually, there is Lena Juniper across the street. 8 o'clock in the morning, I have a heart attack every day because kids cross there to go to school. So,
Yeah,
like I said,
that matters.
yeah, it's definitely, it's a big thing. My husband and I both went to Sparks High, which is not Ward 2, but still, traffic is everywhere, and unfortunately unsafe drivers. And I think, like I said, just making sure that everybody's safe, because years ago, whenever I was old, or whenever I was young before I was old, that blind corner on Rock, crossing to go to school, is definitely a death trap and a hazard for sure. And now it's even worse.
Yeah, exactly. We've had a lot of politicians on the show, and one of the things that bothers me with some of these conversations with politicians is they won't get into specifics, right? So they won't get into like exactly what inspired them to want to. They're trying to be vague. I get it. They're politicians. I get it. We want to appeal to all people, but I mean, I know for me as a voter and the voters around me, they love those specifics, like you just said. So, those school zones are dangerous. They're dangerous because people are just speeding through. Someone was speeding through the school zone right here on Greenbrae, and it drove me crazy. I'm like, this is Ward 2? This person's going like 45 down Greenbrae during school.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
I've talked to people that live right on that strip, and it's just crazy to me.
I live off that strip.
Yes.
A few streets off that strip.
Yep. Between that one and then obviously like Pyramid, but Pyramid's a highway, so there's not any, lying houses there. But and then the school, on Rock, where the speed limit's 25 and people are doing 40, 45. I'm like, I wish for Costco size sheet cakes to hook at people's cars.
Those streets, like my street.
She's kidding, guys.
I am kidding. Don't do that. It's frowned upon and illegal.
My street, like, there are times when there's cars parked on both sides of the street. There's not even room to really like drive through half the time.
Yep.
But there are people that decide to go 45 down our street.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think could solve that?
Having some of those people sit with the mothers who are screaming in the ICU.
Yeah.
And that's, you never forget those kind of cries, and we see it a lot. It's horrible. I mean, people don't understand the consequences of your actions by going 25 miles over the speed limit in a school zone. It's horrific.
Yeah. And I completely agree. I know that that's obviously not like, it's not something we can do, right? But I worked in the ER and in the trauma bay, and you hear that stuff, and it's just not, I think it's out of sight, out of mind. Super easy solution and probably really cost effective: speed bumps. People want
It's true.
to, go super fast, and they can
I look at my
jump
street.
the cars and see how it happens. Like,
Well,
no,
that wouldn't be
if you're
great.
going that fast,
Because
that's
if they're
a
going that
problem.
fast, they're going to end up at someone's house. So we don't want that.
No.
But I do agree. Some sort of just even the conversation of like, this is a real problem in our community, right?
Yeah.
And just like talking about like, hey, those that live in this Green Bay area, there are people speeding down your streets that shouldn't be speeding down your streets, right?
Yep.
And so those conversations don't happen a lot. And I've tried to have these conversations with other people, and they go nowhere. Which is why I'm talking to you now. Because you're running for Ward 2.
Yeah.
You're going to represent where Good Shepherd is and my house is.
Yep.
That matters to me, right?
Yeah.
That matters a lot to me. So even if it's just like a conversation with the police department, conversation with public officials,
Yeah.
to be able to solve these issues in this area, because it's forgotten a lot right now. It really is. And it frustrates me to my core.
Yep.
So what I want to hear from you is like, are you going to be having those conversations with officials if you get voted in?
Approachable, right?
Yeah.
You want to be approachable.
Yeah. I mean,
You are approachable. You're here. So
yeah. And I mean, and I talk to people all the time. I end up in probably some really random conversations with people I've never met before. And those are conversation pieces. And it doesn't even have to be political. I mean, I'm not a politician in any sense of the word, but I am running for that seat. But I have kids. I have, and even if I didn't have kids, they're kids. We have to be mindful, lead by example. And if you're out and you're driving around like that, you can't genuinely think that there's not going to be any kind of consequences anywhere. And having those conversations is not a hard conversation to have in making a difference. It's something that needs to be done, should be done, and there shouldn't really be any questions about it. So, yeah, I think having conversations with cops, I know that they already know. They just can't be everywhere that they need to be, which is unfortunate.
yeah, I think it's crazy. I was pulled over for going through a stop sign a little bit off of Green Bay, which is wrong. I'm not saying it's not wrong. I went through a stop sign. I shouldn't have done that. I'm well aware I shouldn't have done
Like
that.
you just drove, or you
But
just
I
came to-
drove, and I slightly stopped,
California.
but I didn't
California.
all the way stop.
That's better than just
But-
going through the stop sign.
And this cop was like, dude, you totally went through it. And I was like, yeah, I did. That's true. And so I took it. But like, people are literally going 45 down my
Straight through
street.
'em.
And we have kids playing on our street,
Yeah.
playing basketball and stuff. And I've emailed our current Ward 2 people, and they don't care. Like, I've got nothing back.
Well, and I think it's
Like-
really important to listen to people, and it's not just you. And like I said, it's people in general. But running for the seat, I've had several people that I've gone to high school with, or that my kid plays baseball with, and they're in the same area. I've had coaches reach out to me saying, "Hey, I coach here and I coach here, and there's problems," and I've reached out, or what can we do? How can we brainstorm? How can we come together as a community so that community can go and talk to whoever needs to be talked to, so we can get it resolved.
Yeah, and just be clear, like, anyone that's a part of Ward 2 or whatever else, if they want to come on the show, anyone can come on the show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just reach out to us, info@gsccreno.org. We let anyone on the show. But Jamie, running for Ward 2, came and wanted to have a conversation with us, which is really important.
Yeah.
Because I really think that's where most community problems are solved, is with just talking about it. And that's what being a politician should be, is representing who?
Well, that's why you get elected.
Right, because you're representing who? The people.
Yeah, exactly.
The people.
You got to hear them.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I sound like a Karen. What do you think?
A little bit, but that's okay.
You would know, Chaz. You would know.
It's true. Half the battle is showing up and having politicians that are approachable,
Yeah.
and just having those conversations. And I really, some leaders are really great at, even after they're reelected twice or three times, they're still approachable. But there's a lot that after that first win, they just back off, and you can't even reach them. And that's unacceptable to me. You're in that office as a leader to be an advocate for your community and your ward or your district, whatever you're in office for. So I appreciate that, and I hope that if you are elected, that you maintain that. And it sounds like you would, because of being a mom and just being a community member that has grown up here, right?
Yeah.
You're Sparks High. I'm sure Donald Abbott loves that.
Yeah, we actually went to school together, so
funny.
yeah, it's a small
A
town.
railroader. My dad actually went to Sparks High, so
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wait, how old's your dad?
Well, he's 60, 61, a little bit before your time.
Whoa!
Well, I say that because, again, my family, my aunt went there, and then my father-in-law, and
small world, yeah.
So everybody knows everybody at some point, and if you don't, then they know somebody that
I
knows
wanted to
somebody.
go to Sparks High. I'll never forget. I still get mad at my parents because it was between Sparks High and Reed, and I'd gone to Dilworth, and all my good friends went to Sparks High. And man, I had to go to Reed, and I was so disappointed.
Are you sure you had friends?
I actually did have some friends, but not so much in high school because they all went to Sparks
Oh, I knew it! I was right! I'm just kidding, buddy.
High. I was a weird kid.
I'm
a little
make
cooler
me
now.
feel bad. Why you do that, bud?
You were homeschooled,
Whoa!
right?
Just gotta throw that one out there.
We're all a little weird, right? But we all,
Jeez.
you ended up well. You care about the community and are doing great work. And
As far as you know.
well, I hope so. You're our executive director.
I am? Oh, jeez.
Poor Jamie. She's like, what did I get myself into? Is this going to hurt
I'm
my
just
campaign?
enjoying all of it right now.
You're not the first guest that's felt that way, so don't worry.
So,
No.
what are some things that, if you had some last things to say to some of our communities about, well, I have twofold. I want to hear more about pain into purpose, about why you are the way that you are since childhood. Like if there's any things in your life that really made you want to be able to help others. And then also, what would you say to voters who are kind of on the edge of why to give you the opportunity to be elected to office?
So, I feel like it's a loaded question.
It's not a loaded
How
question.
long is the segment?
No, you got
No.
We have like
I'm just kidding.
15, 20 minutes still.
Oh, I need
you
like
go
an
ahead.
hour.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a little bit long. Just
Well,
summarize.
if that's the case.
We'll be back.
I'll
No.
retract my question. No, I'm just kidding.
I think, I don't know, I am the way I am because of just how I was brought up. Doing the right thing shouldn't be hard. And I've that's just my thought. It shouldn't be hard. I've always been that person to stand up for people, to get in the middle of something that makes other people uncomfortable. While as a younger, teenager going into an adult, my mom was not excited for that because she'd be like, oh my gosh, just let it be. Don't interject. And I'm like, I can't do that. So that's who I've just been. If you see something, say something. Don't just let things happen if you know that they're wrong. And that's just what I do. And that's what I do with my kids too. So I think that it's important to do that. I think it's important to stand up for people if you see that they're not, being heard or having that voice. And not everybody's meant to have, a strong, crazy voice and be in the spotlight. And that's where other people have different skill sets and come in. And I want to do that. And then, what was your second question? Because now I talked too long.
Okay, so pain into purpose, right? And then, if there's viewers on the edge right now, what would you say to them to really tip the scale in your favor of why you deserve that opportunity?
I feel like that's a really good question, because while this is a nonpartisan race, I do get a lot of, what party are you with? And if you're not with this party, then I don't like you. And if you're with this party, then I do like you. I think that is a tipping point for a lot of people. And I've had a lot of conversations like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not saving lives. I'm not making executive decisions on, huge congressional issues. That's not my place. That's not what I'm running for. So it's about potholes and public safety and, taking care of our community locally. And I don't think that has to be one way or another for a party. I think that it just is being a person and making sure that where you live is a good place.
Back to the basics. And here comes the Dave getting controversial to make an exciting part of the show. Here we go.
That's not what Dave does.
Go ahead, push back.
No. I was gonna ask. So you talk about value systems and stuff, but I don't think you really talked about the root of the value systems, because you talked about how things, I want to do good things for good reasons and for good people and stuff. But I think there's a lot more to that. I think value systems all root somewhere, because if we don't really have that root, if we really don't have that foundation for a value system, it's not a value system at all. And so I think I want to kind of even go further back for you. And what is your belief system? What do you care about? So do you care about the community? Do you care about church? Do you care about, I don't know, Buddhism? Do you care about what is the core? Because I think that's what a lot of our community, especially being where we are in Ward 2, really wants to hear is your value system, because I don't think we've really touched on that yet.
Yeah, no, and that's totally fine. You guys are right next to SCF. That is where we go to church. That's where we've always gone to church. We have gone there with our family. We started attending when I was younger, little. So I think that's where a huge part of the values comes in, is just being in that community, kind of eat, sleep, and breathe, being a good person, leading by example. And we're in that ward. There are a lot of people that, I come across, and again, it's a small town. They go to SCF or, wherever, but religion based, we're Christian, and that's where we instill all of our values and give, thanks to, because that's what we believe.
The majority of Ward 2 is Christian.
Yeah.
So if you look at the demographic of Ward 2, they're Bible believing Christian, attending either the Catholic Church or the Lutheran Church over here, or SCF. So a lot of them are Christian. So I think that's important to hear for them, maybe your value system.
Right.
And when I hear people that don't have value systems, or they say, oh, I'm not a Christian, but I have a value system, I don't believe that's even a value system.
Yeah.
How is the core of a value system even there without a fundamental belief historically, right?
Well, and I agree, even when I don't agree with someone's value system, if they can speak to where they got that, I respect that a lot more, right? Because a lot of people don't even acknowledge, some people don't even acknowledge where that comes from. They never even thought about it.
Right. So it's you're right, acknowledging where it came from in the first place. Because some people steal the value system of America as if it's just American values. And if you actually trace back where those values for America even came from in the first place, it was either Christian values or it was Catholic values.
Yeah.
That's where it came from in the first place. And people say oh, no. It's just, I believe people believe this, get this right. And it's well, where does that right even come from in the first place? The right comes from an acknowledgement, knowing that all people are valued by God first. And so it's why even create a value in the first place if you don't have a foundation to place that value in?
Fair.
Right? Yep. Because if you don't have a foundation to place that value in, it's not even a value. It's just my opinion. It's, ooh, I feel good or not, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do I feel good or not? And that's not what true value comes from if you actually break it all down.
Well, and I think true value comes from the fruit of the person too, of what actually is being done. People can say they have a value system, but seeing how they actually act in their actions.
True.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's a fruit of the value system, yes, but it's still the value system, right? The foundation is still there, so it's a fruit of it. I agree with you on that part. but the value system, that AKA the foundation, AKA also known as planting your house on solid ground versus sand, right? It's that value system first, overall.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know Jetta Wacker?
No.
So she gone to SCF. So she was a teacher, and her husband was also a teacher, Eric Wacker, and they've gone to SCF for many, many years. And they were my teacher, and I think one of them taught at Sparks High too. So it's such a small world.
It is a small world, and I guess like in regards to the foundation of having, you know, a good foundation, I think it's important that whatever your belief is, that you have that foundation, but it's our job to do right by it. And it's our job to, you know, make that path on we know what we need to do or what we should do. It's a matter of actually doing it.
Yeah, I don't always do the right thing.
I don't think everybody does all the time, but
Chaz definitely doesn't. Look at him.
Thanks.
Look at that face.
Thank you very much. No, I'm broken and flawed. I'm just not afraid to admit it. I'm grateful for Jesus.
I won't break down the whole scenario that I just recently went to at Disneyland. You know about this because I told you, but someone told me, and he was a Christian, and he said, "I'm not a sinner." And I'm like,
you didn't tell me about this.
Oh, I think I did. And maybe I didn't. Okay.
No, you did not tell me
I will tell you more about this after.
Okay.
I don't want to totally blow this person up.
You did not tell me that,
Yeah, while we went on vacation recently. We went to Disneyland, and my wife and I spoke to someone who claimed they were a Christian, and we had a whole conversation, and this person got very frustrated because I kept throwing the gospel at them, and I can be an argumentative person. That's who I am.
Really?
I know, crazy. and I started breaking it down, and this person said, "Oh, I'm not a sinner, so you're a sinner, but I'm not." And I'm like, this is crazy.
super
This is crazy,
interesting
right?
conversation.
Because this is like not even the value system at that point. Because Paul said in the Bible, he said, no, I'm chief among sinners, right? Like he's a sinner. We're all sinners. We all sin, right? And I get I think I get what he was trying to say. Like, we are, you know, our identity is in Christ.
Maybe he just wanted to get you all worked up.
But I was like...
It's kind of fun to watch.
But, you know, I think he got frustrated because I did my thing.
Instigated.
And I did my thing, and I shared scripture. I'm like, this is where you're wrong in this part. But like, the value system is so important, because if we don't really have a foundation on what we believe in, then why do what we do in general? Mm-hmm. Right? Because we need to have that foundation of a value. And my value, my foundation is in Jesus, and which is why we're Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, which is why we do what we do. But that's the foundation. That's the value system, and that we fought for that for a moment.
A moment?
Yeah, we did.
It's been a long 4 years, brother, since you suckered me.
There were some moments, but to fight for something truer than ourselves. And to fight for the value system over ourselves. Because there were moments where I just wanted to give up. Sorry, Chaz, that's true. There were moments where I wanted to give up.
I was just thinking I felt the same way.
Where I was like, why is this even worth it? But then I understood that value of what we were trying to fight for was more important than all of it.
Yep. I love that. It makes a difference.
No, it's true. And our cliche saying that we always like to say in our podcast is be the change that you want to see in the world, right? And I think that's so important to throw that into action. The change that we want to see, we have to be that.
Yeah. Chaz, final thoughts. Give me the summary of this conversation. What's your final thoughts?
Man, you're putting me on the spot.
Always. This is every episode.
I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to wrap my head around your whole sidetracking escapade there, argument, thought process. But I think, Jamie, like, reaching the voters and just being a real person and just being approachable is really what the best we can ask for. So I'm really glad to have met you. I've heard about you, and I've never met you before that I'm aware of. And so to be able to hear that and see that you're a real person is really important. What are some last thoughts for you on, your commitment if you're elected to the office? What are you promising the voters that you can do realistically?
Yeah, I think that I want people to keep in mind that I am always approachable. I'm a person just the same as everybody else. And so, if you want to come up and talk, that's my forte. I love talking. My kids and my husband might leave me there, but I will totally talk for hours if that's what you want. I mean, I have no problem with it. And I think that it's really important to strive for that, and especially running for this seat. That's what that job entails. That is all of it. It encompasses, being the voice for community and hearing people. And if you are not actively out talking to people, participating in that job, then you're missing a huge portion of what you should be doing. And so I think that if I'm elected, that's what I'm going to keep doing. I don't feel like I have to change much about myself or change anything. I am very people oriented, and I think if I'm elected, there's a lot of little things to change that make a big difference. Like I said, with schools, speed bumps, that's super cheap, easy. The other conversation piece that I've had with people, and while it's not in my ward, is the Shadow Mountain baseball fields, making those accessible for handicapped people, for older people. My kid plays there, and
Yeah, I want people like Chaz to be able to get there. He can't right now.
Please tell me you seriously did not crack a joke about disability.
No, that was an old person joke, buddy.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say.
Look at those gray hairs in your beard.
Hey,
I'm
yes.
just saying.
Hospice is to thank for that. But you know what? Some change is better than no change, and
Yeah.
I really respect politicians who come into office and they actually get some things done, not just talk about stuff across the board and get nothing done.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think that's huge, right? I can't save the world, but if I can leave it a little better than what I found it as, then that's the goal.
And we've had a lot of people in city council on the show, and the conversation a lot of times is like, well, we can't fix everything. Like, we really can't.
Yeah. Right.
And so, and that's not, even as a voter in Ward 2, that's not really what I want.
I don't want to hear that from a politician because it's a lie.
You can't. You can't fix everything.
Change all these big things necessarily. You can change a lot of little things, though.
Right. What I really care about more than anything is those conversations. Like, is those conversations actually going to happen about caring for people, even in Shadow Mountain, right? To help those with disabilities be able to come and be a part of the baseball fields there.
Yeah.
Like, those people that are speeding on 45 miles an hour in a 15, that's crazy, right? And so just those conversations, like a 5-minute conversation. Hey, you know what, this is happening, I'm just letting you know, I'm in Ward 2 and this is not okay. Like, you have that voice if you're elected into Ward 2. And so to be able to do that is huge.
Yeah,
huge.
And that's my plan. I mean, that's
see
been
that
my
in you.
plan moving through this and
100%.
moving forward, so that's what I want to do.
Beautiful. And I see that in you, and I really appreciate you coming in here and having this conversation with us. I think you'd be great in Ward 2, and I really want you. I want you there. So, because you seem like a person who wants to come into the studio, have a conversation with Chaz and I, even though we razz each other a little bit and we challenge you a little bit.
You razz me. I'm just kind of along for
I don't know, bud. I edited some episodes the other day. I was like, Chaz hit me a little bit. I saw that.
I was a little spicy the last few episodes.
I saw that, yeah. Good for you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But I really appreciate you being here and having the conversation.
Well, I appreciate you guys, having me here and talking. That's all what I'm about. So
right, because conversations is what starts the change in community. Now, action on top of the conversation is what really matters. But as the councilman in Ward 2, conversation is that starting point. It really is. So thank you. Thank you for coming in here and having the conversation.
So how can people support you or get involved?
So I have my website up. It is Sparks with You spelled out at and then my email, sorry. And my cell phone number, 775-223-7229. You can call me. You can email me. You can send messages through my website. And if you want to talk, I'm always available. So just give me a call.
And that's true, because she came in here when we weren't doing an episode, had a full conversation. Hey, this is what I believe Good Shepherd is doing in the community, and it's good things. And
Nice.
She has said awesome things and had a conversation. I expressed concerns even beyond what I've talked about on the show with her. And she listened and cared and was a part of the conversation. And I really do believe she's the kind of candidate that could make a change just because she can have open ears.
Yeah. I won't make endorsements, in general, personally on the show, of course, but representing an organization that's a nonprofit in Ward 2, it is critical for us to have that partnership with leadership. So,
Yep.
I really am looking forward to hopefully having that partnership in the future if you're elected, and
Yep.
being able to have a voice for Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, because we serve many in Sparks.
Yeah, no, and if I can add to that, I just appreciate you guys being here doing what you're doing, because whenever I talked to you a while ago when I came in, I was not aware how many people you help on a daily basis. And I had to eventually go home and ugly cry, because I was like, that's amazing. You guys do such good things for the community, and it's important that we just give back and take care of each other. So I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Well,
Help. Go ahead.
if you want to learn more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org. You can find out all the information there. You can donate. You can join all of our events happening. We have some big events coming up. But we help over 800 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Jamie. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yay.